is KJ.
My name is Kamilla.
My name is Tyler.
My name is Grace.
My name is Aaron.
And my name is Sydney.
Organisms require certain resources in order to thrive. As a result of access to the resources, there can be positive or negative outcomes. What's being affected?
Wolves. Historically, thousands of hundreds of gray wolves roam the earth. Unfortunately, it is not that way anymore. Gray wolves are endangered. The most endangered wolf in the world are the Mexican wolves. They are the smallest subspecies of the gray wolf. Traps, rifles, and poisons practically eliminated the species. Wolves used to be viewed as pets and vermin. Vermin means that they are mammals that are believed to be harmful to crops, farm animals, or game, or carry diseases. The Mexican wolf suffered from the arrival of livestock industry in the Southwest during the 1800s. Sadly, there are only about 50 Mexican wolves left in the wild. This graph shows what percent of the gray wolves in the U.S. are in Alaska, Great Lakes region, and in the Northern Rockies.
Ringtail lemurs are being affected from deforestation and forest eradication. They are one of the most endangered mammals in the world because there is not enough access to resources. Ringtail lemurs are similar to wolves because wolves used to live in Colorado, but now they only live in the northwest region, and they are not as high in numbers. This is similar to Madagascar, because ringtail lemurs used to live everywhere in Madagascar, and now they only live in a small portion of Madagascar and are very rare. Another example of this is fish. According to CBS News, in September of 2013, there were more than 200,000 fish killed from poison on the coast of China. The fish died from ammonia from a chemical plant. Why do we care what happens in China? Because it is still fish dying, and the more that die, the less we will have.
What causes it?
Acid rain. Acid rain is a very bad pollution for the earth. What causes acid rain? Acid rain is caused by a chemical reaction that begins when compounds like sulfur are released in the air. When this is released, it rises very high in the sky or even in the atmosphere, and where it reacts and mixes with water, oxygen, and other chemicals to form acidic pollutants, known as acid rain. The harm of acid rain. Acid rain is a very serious issue. If you look at the graph here, you can see that the frogs are the most affected on the graph. The reason why the frogs are the most affected is the pH level in the water. The pH level is how many chemicals are in the water. When the acid rain hits the frogs, it takes a couple seconds, but it burns through their skin. It is not the same process with the trout, bass, perch, salamanders, and mayfly. It is the same process with the trout, bass, perch, salamanders, and mayfly. But if the acid rain hits the clams, crayfish, and snails, it will not burn through their skin or shell because they live on the bottom of the lake or ocean, and the only way they get harmed by the acid rain is if they eat the fish that got the acid rain in it, or if they eat a plant that got the acid rain on it. Pollution is the #1 cause of habitat loss in the ocean. 90% of it is plastic. Over 8 million tons of plastic are dumped in the ocean each year. That weighs as much as 8 full-grown polar bears. Although in 2012, cigarettes were the *1 item in the ocean. There were 117,931 living today. Turtles, jellyfish, and whales are common deaths because of pollution in the ocean. Elliot Norris, president of the Marine Conservation Biology Institute, checked 300 albatross chicks on Midway Island. Each one of them had plastic in their stomachs. North Pacific gyre estimated for every 2.2 pounds of plankton there are 13.2 pounds of plastic.
Another cause of habitat loss is animals pushing others out. The one that loses its habitat can adapt to another. This is also happening in Colorado. For example, this native razorback sucker is being pushed out by this cutthroat trout. The cutthroat trout takes the razorback sucker's habitat. Did you know habitat loss affects over 2,000 mammal species around the world?
This is an example of many organizations that are helping. National Wildlife Federation, World Wildlife Fund, National Resource Defense Council.
This was our original plan for how we are going to help, but we have a new plan that you will hear about in about a minute.
Looting is not necessary because people know there are animals living on Earth with us. We think you should know that you are part of the environment, and if you're going to hurt the environment, it hurts you too.
Exciting news! All 3 habitat loss groups join forces to take action.
We are hosting a Denver Zoo Outreach Assembly for the whole school on June 1st.
Zoo educators will engage students with interactive and fun activities,
including live animals that will inform the audience about conservation efforts. We would like to thank
Ms. Kramer,
Ms. Rocknich,
Miss West, Miss Root,
Ms. Bergstrom,
Ms. Jackman, Ms. QF,
Ms. Chapin,
and
and a special thanks to Ms. Bueller for helping us have a great experience in this school. Now, please go to one of the computers around the room. These computers should be set up with a quiz. Please answer each question on the quiz for what you have learned. When you are done, press submit and go back to your chair.